Amid the flow of time stretching over hundreds of thousands of years, a mysterious skull buried deep beneath the alluvial soil of China has been unearthed. Not Neanderthal, nor Homo sapiens, but a being with features both familiar and alien. Scientists have dubbed it the Dragon Man, a name that evokes mystery, grandeur, and immense power. For nearly a century, the true identity of this skull remained an enigma, lying outside every known framework of human evolution. But now, thanks to cutting-edge genetic decoding technology, the veil of secrecy has finally been lifted.
And the truth has stunned the world. This may very well be the first known face of the Denisovans, our elusive ancestors, whose blood still flows in some modern humans.
In 1933, a bridge construction worker in Harbin City, China, stumbled upon a massive human skull, lying quietly under the silt along a riverbank in Harbin. This enormous skull had remained hidden for hundreds of thousands of years. No one knew where it came from or to whom it belonged, only that it looked unlike any known human species. With an unusually large cranium, deep eye sockets, and a primitive bone structure, this relic was given a name laced with myth: Dragon Man. It took nearly a century, through countless debates, hypotheses, and advancements in evolutionary science, for the truth to slowly emerge. And what it revealed was more than just an archaeological find. It could be the missing piece in the great puzzle of human evolution itself: the Dragon Man. Skull was actually discovered in the 1930s, but only recently have scientists had the opportunity to thoroughly examine it using modern technology. With a cranial capacity of around 1,420 cubic centimeters, comparable to or even larger than that of modern humans, this specimen indicates a highly developed brain. Yet, the facial features broad cheekbones, large eye sockets, and a robust jaw completely distinct from Homo sapiens. Through advanced 3D morphological comparisons and ancient DNA analysis, researchers concluded that Dragon Man is not a new human species, but almost certainly a Denisovana, now extinct sister lineage to Neanderthals that once spread across vast parts of Asia. What's astonishing is that until now, no complete skull had ever been attributed to Denisovans. All prior knowledge was based on fragments of bones or genetic material, such as a pinky bone found in the Denisova cave in Siberia. That's why the Dragon Man skull is not merely a fossil, it could represent the first face ever known of a Denisovan. A face that allows us, for the first time, to see this long-lost human ancestor, whose genetic legacy still lingers in millions of modern Asians today. This discovery doesn't just add a piece to the puzzle of human evolution. It may reshape assumptions about how humans dispersed across Eurasia. Previously, Denisovans were known only through genetic traces in teeth and bones, without any clear visual reconstruction. But now, with a well-preserved skull, scientists can finally reconstruct the face of a true Denisovan, offering invaluable insights into the biological diversity of the human family hominins. Moreover, analysis suggests Denisovans were highly adaptable, surviving in harsh environments from the Tibetan Plateau to East Asia, and contributed genes to many modern populations, especially in Asia, Melanesia, and Aboriginal Australians.
This finding also opens up a host of new questions. Were Denisovans truly a separate human group? To what extent did they interbreed with Homo sapiens? And just how many of us today carry traces of these mysterious ancestors and knowingly walking with Denisovan blood?
In 2021, a team of researchers proposed the name Homo longi, roughly translated as Dragon Man, based on the region Heilongjiang Black Dragon River. However, subsequent morphological and genetic analyses strongly suggest this skull is not a separate species, but most likely a Denisovana parallel branch to Neanderthals, who once roamed across the Asian continent. Despite the skull's unusual morphology, many researchers remained cautious. Some experts raised key questions. Is this truly a new human species, Homo longi, or just a single Denisovan individual, part of the elusive ancient human group that once lived across Asia, yet had never left behind a complete skull? For years, the debate simmered within the scientific community, stalled by the lack of genetic evidence and the fact that Denisovans had always been the ghosts of human history, present in our DNA, but invisible in the archaeological record. One published in Science, the other in Cell delivered a revelation that stunned the world. The Dragon Man is, in fact, a Denisovan. This skull is the first complete physical evidence of what our mysterious Denisovan ancestors might have looked like. A group that lived for hundreds of thousands of years alongside Homo sapiens. For countless generations, the Denisovans existed only as a faint genetic whisper in our DNA. But now, thanks to the discovery of the Dragon Man, they finally have a name, a face, a body, and a rightful place in the story of humanity. This isn't just a triumph of science. It's a powerful reminder that the past is always waiting to be heard. If only we know how to listen, using advanced DNA analysis techniques. Scientists have finally uncovered the true identity of a mysterious ancient human relative nicknamed the Dragon Man. The mystery began with a giant human-like skull, discovered in 1933 by a construction worker in Harbin, China. In 2018, the worker's family retrieved the skull once hidden in a well and donated it to scientists. This massive fossil had a long and low brain case, prominent brow ridges, a broad nasal bridge, and large eye sockets. Due to its unique shape and size, experts in 2021 proposed a new species name, Homo longi, or Dragon Man. In the years since, intense debates have swirled around the identity of this ancient human. While the fossil is estimated to be at least 146,000 years old, some scientists questioned whether the Dragon Man truly belonged to a separate species. Instead, they proposed the skull might belong to the Denisovans, an elusive group of archaic humans thought to have once roamed widely across Asia, yet never before represented by a complete skull. Now, two groundbreaking studies published on Wednesday, June 18, 2025, in the journals Science and Cell, have confirmed the connection. The Dragon Man is indeed a Denisovan. Initially, researchers tried to extract ancient DNA from the Harbin skulls, bones, and teeth, but were unsuccessful. However, they managed to isolate mitochondrial DNA, mtDNA, from calcified dental plaque, and retrieved protein data from part of the inner ear bone. The mtDNA passed from mother to child revealed that the Dragon Man was closely related to a lineage of Denisovans who once lived in Siberia between 217,000 and 106,000 years ago. This finding supports the idea that Denisovans inhabited a vast geographic range across Asia, as reported in the Cell study. In addition, scientists conducted an analysis of the proteome, the complete set of proteins and amino acids found in the skull. By comparing the Harbin skull's protein profile with those of modern humans, Neanderthals, Denisovans, and non-human primates, researchers uncovered strong evolutionary links to the Denisovan group, according to the study published in Science. Researchers now assert a direct connection between the Harbin skull and the ancient Denisovans.
We now have the first comprehensive morphological blueprint for a Denisovan population, answering a question that has remained unsolved for over a decade. What did Denisovans look like? Denisovans looked like the Dragon Man, the authors wrote in the science paper.
Although the mystery surrounding the massive skull has largely been resolved, scientists are still debating whether this fossil should be formally classified under the species name Homo longi.
This study lends further support to the idea that Harbin represents the most complete Denisovan fossil ever found,
said Chris Stringer, a paleoanthropologist at the Natural History Museum in London, who has studied the Harbin skull but was not involved in the new research. In an email to Live Science, Stringer also noted that Homo longi remains a suitable species name for this group, though, he added, the number of known specimens is still very limited. The identification of the Harbin skull as Denisovan forces experts to re-examine previous assumptions about the course of human evolution across Asia, particularly during the Middle Pleistocene, a period spanning from 789,000 to 126,000 years ago. During this time, the Eurasian continent was home to at least 3 different groups of ancient humans: Homo sapiens, modern humans, Neanderthals, and Denisovans. These groups frequently interbred with one another, contributing to the genetic and evolutionary complexity of the region, a scenario often referred to by scientists as the muddle in the middle. The discovery of the Dragon Man, or more precisely, Denisovan individual, with the first nearly complete skull, has profoundly transformed our understanding of human evolution in Asia. During the Middle Pleistocene, approximately 789,000 to 126,000 years ago, Earth was not a stage dominated solely by modern humans. Instead, it hosted a rich human ecosystem, a time when multiple human species coexisted side by side. Homo sapiens, our direct ancestors, began migrating out of Africa around 200,000 years ago. Neanderthals, who lived in Europe and Western Asia, stocky and strong, adapted to cold climates, and the Denisovans, the most mysterious group of all, occupying vast regions of Asia from Siberia to Southeast Asia, yet virtually invisible in the fossil record until the emergence of the Dragon Man. The unearthing of an almost complete Denisovan skull not only allows scientists to reconstruct their face for the first time, but also provides clear evidence that ancient human species were not isolated, they interacted and interbred. This is nothing short of revolutionary. Genetic evidence shows that modern humans are not genetically pure. People living in East Asia, Papua New Guinea, and parts of Tibet today still carry 2 to 6% Denisovan DNA, meaning Denisovans never truly vanished. Part of them lives on in us. Even more remarkable, Denisovan DNA has helped modern humans adapt to extreme environments. For example, Tibetan populations today possess a gene variant inherited from Denisovans, allowing them to thrive at elevations above 4,000 meters without suffering from oxygen deprivation, something early modern humans from Africa could not have done when first arriving on the plateau. All of this points to one profound truth: evolution is not a straight path leading inevitably to Homo sapiens. Rather, it is a vast, branching network filled with offshoots, intersections, interbreeding, and extinction. Some branches, like the Neanderthals and Denisovans, have split off and vanished. Yet their legacy lives on in our genes. Denis were once known as genetic ghosts. We knew they existed through their DNA, but we had no face to remember, no skeleton to observe now. Thanks to the Dragon Man, we not only know they lived, but we also know what they looked like, where they lived, and what they left behind for us today. This is more than just a scientific breakthrough. It is a tribute to the past, to those ancient ancestors who quietly helped shape the modern human story. With the Harbin skull, the most complete Denisovan specimen ever found, and the fossilized jawbone unearthed in Taiwan, which also bears clear Denisovan traits, scientists now finally possess multiple physical reference points for comparative study. In the past, many ancient human fossils discovered across Asia, from China, Laos, Thailand to Indonesia, were labeled species uncertain due to the lack of a reliable morphological benchmark. But now, with confirmed anatomical features from Harbin and the Taiwanese jawbone, anthropologists can perform detailed morphological comparisons from cranial vault shape, brow ridges, to dental and jaw structures. This is not just a technical advancement, it is a powerful tool for tracing the past, enabling the reassessment of countless mystery fossils that have sat in museum drawers for decades, unclassified and unrecognized. In other words, Denisovans are no longer a puzzle lost between genetic hints and scattered bones. With these newly confirmed fossils, they now represent a tangible evolutionary lineage, one that can be studied, compared, classified, and most importantly, remembered as a real part of human history. Harbin may be the most complete Denisovan fossil ever discovered. And while the name Homo longior dragonman continues to stir debate among scientists, one thing is now certain. After nearly a century buried deep in a well, the mysterious skull has finally spoken. It is Denisovan. Now, with both the Harbin skull and a fossilized jawbone from Taiwan also confirmed to carry Denisovan features, scientists can more precisely compare a multitude of previously unclassified hominin fossils long stored in museums across Asia. But, more importantly, new questions are just beginning to emerge. Are Denisovans truly a distinct species or merely a branch within the broader human family tree? How far did they spread from Siberia and China all the way to Southeast Asia? And ... Could we one day discover a complete Denisovan skeleton or even retrieve nuclear DNA? Researchers are now actively excavating new sites, refining protein extraction technologies, and reconstructing morphology in greater detail than ever before. They are also tracing Denisovan genes within us to understand why some humans can thrive at 4,000 meters above sea level, how we adapted to cold climates, and which ancient traits we inherited from a lineage once thought lost to time. It is a message from our ancestors, a reminder that humanity did not arise from a single path, but from interwoven streams of many human tribes who once lived, once loved, and once disappeared. Yet today, they still live on within us. What are your thoughts on the existence of ancient humans like the Denisovans? Do you think there are more undiscovered fossils waiting silently beneath the earth, still hidden from time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on more mind-blowing scientific mysteries in our upcoming videos.